Chris's Spotify.
Alexa, play Dance Monkey.
Dance Monkey by Tones and I from Chris's Spotify.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me that time I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I don't stop. You make me wanna try. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I don't stop. You make me wanna try. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I make.
Awesome job. Thank you. Y'all did amazing. So much appreciated.
Pretty fitting. We make them dance in the dance.
Was that the real life video?
That was the real life video. You did awesome. I know you've been practicing. Great freestyle. Thank you.
Bye, June.
You're now free to go. Happy Rose Day, everybody.
Oh gosh. Happy
That's right.
That sounded
That's how we
really dramatic.
That's how we do Rose Day. And we're gonna start off National Rose. Oh, be careful. That's glass.
You have shoes on.
We're gonna kick off National Rose Day with a Chambong.
Which I've never done before, which is ridiculous.
Oh,
I've had
then-
these forever.
then-
I don't need a refill. This
No,
is plenty.
then we gotta fill it up. If it's your first Chambong,
Okay, that's enough.
here, all right. So
Oh my
these
goodness
little
gracious.
contraptions, so you're gonna get it all over you unless you listen. Are you ready?
I'm listening.
So you got a toast
Okay.
to National Rose Day,
Yes.
and you being an amazing woman.
Yeah.
And Grandma was 91. Okay,
Yeah,
you ready? And then
Gigi.
and you can put your mouth up to it. You ready?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And that's a Chambong. Finish it up. Come on, Aggie. Finish it up.
Wow.
I think Chambong should
Woo-wee.
sponsor us now. That was intense.
It was intense.
Happy National Rose Day, everybody.
Which we will not be drinking any more of today.
Yeah.
How
How do you know?
It's
Did
not,
I miss young?
it's not in our lineup.
Oh, that's right.
So hopefully
Here,
you already
I'm
got your rosé in.
Move this beautiful bottle.
Oh my
I figured it would be appropriate to.
We got a mess behind
I think I
us.
freaked out some people. I was just walking by the tasting room with a knife, and I'm thinking, I got some weird looks for sure. So,
For sure.
um,
For sure. You can see we're not in the tasting room this week. We are open.
yeah, we're in the barrel room.
Yep. Still lower numbers, very socially distant and all that, but we are open.
Yeah, we're in
So we're
the
kicked out.
barrel room because our tasting room is full with happy people,
Yay.
and thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for enjoying our tasting room. It's been I can't put it in words how awesome it is. You take for granted sometimes seeing our tasting room full and all the blessings we have, and now I think we're in a whole new era to where we're grateful for what we have every day.
Very appreciative.
We'd have a hell of a 2 weeks. We've missed you guys dearly.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's been a long time since our tasting, which also was not in our tasting room. We were in Mason 2 weeks ago. Had some technical difficulties. Thanks to you guys who did watch and stuck with it. Couldn't see us very well at the end, but I think audio stayed pretty good. So thanks. Today we're back on track.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you put some wine in your glass.
Yeah,
I know
we'll
it's
talk about it in a minute. We're letting everybody get in here before we dive in.
Absolutely.
But we've noticed this week and last 2 weeks, people from all over the country have gotten this tasting to follow along with us today. We've got Melanie and David from Gig Harbor, Washington. Got Peggy in Phoenix, Arizona. Tyler in Billings and Barbara in Helena, Montana.
I think it's Helena.
Oh, well then you read.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
No, I've never been there. Maybe I should go. Next
Chuck,
vacation.
Dan and Audrey and various spots around Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Susie in Annandale, Minnesota. All right, you
Okay, this one we prepped on. Hopefully I don't butcher it. Nathan in Clackaman, Louisiana. I think I got that right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Way to go. Cheers.
Oh, okay, cheers. Yay to Nathan in Louisiana. Celia in, I don't know how to say this one either, in Wisconsin. You're going to tell me I'm wrong. DePere?
Celia in DePere?
You'll have to tell us,
so.
Celia. The next one, you got it?
Barbara in Peoria.
Peoria. Another, we should know these. We need to do more geography.
Renee in Rochester, Michigan. Samuel, Kent, and Alexander and Joanne, who are joining in from Ohio. Renee, Kathy, and Joseph, who are all joining in Florida. And also, lastly, David in Erie, Pennsylvania. Also, my aunt and uncle who just left you this morning in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, hope you guys are
Tuning
enjoying
in.
this. So thank you guys for a wonderful. We were just in Kansas City for the last 48 hours. Where my grandmother turned 91 years young, so it was pretty awesome. She got to get out and see the fam. We partied hard last night. I tell you what, and took the early flight out this morning. So we are ready to rock and roll today.
Oh yeah.
Who else do we have?
Somebody was in the pool. I'm very jealous right now. Got
Wes Stotts. I know the Plosses are probably on too. I know they always seem to get on.
We got Chuck and Dana in Erie, Colorado, Haley's in San Antonio. Lots of people. Awesome. I'd love to hear where everyone's coming from. Carrie's here at William Chris on the lawn watching us. Hello,
That's
Carrie.
awesome. Jennifer's from Sugarland. Awesome.
Awesome.
Hey,
anyway.
You know what? I think it's time. Look, do you see this? Can you see this killer food and wine pairing? Let's give away something cool. What do you think?
We're gonna do 2 giveaways today. We can go ahead and do the first one now. You're skipping ahead on the program.
Are we really? Should we wait?
Well, we can. Well, why don't we talk about what we're drinking? The first wine on the lineup is Marsanne. Then we'll do our first giveaway. Let everybody get in and settle in.
So this is Marsanne, and this is a new vineyard for us to work with. It's from Floydada, Texas, Way Vineyards.
Good thing Floydada wasn't on here. I would have butchered that one too.
Yeah, Floydada. So Marsanne usually is it's very oily in texture, as you guys can see. But we typically don't do a lot of Marsanne by itself. And we typically blend it. This particular Marsanne was barrel fermented. We blended as much as we needed. In the Roussanne blend, there's also some Marsanne in the Skeleton Key White, just a dash. And then we had this really beautiful couple of barrels left over. And, sometimes we would sell that wine, bulk it out and sell it to other wineries. But man, it was so beautiful. Tony and I were like, we're not letting this go. So we bottled not very much. I think we did a little over 100 cases, a very small amount. So man, and I am so glad we did. I think this is in our program to stay. These guys are really great farmers too. So.
I love that rich mouthfeel. If you're typically like a Chardonnay that's been on barrel, you will like this wine. Marsanne is becoming a bigger and better variety for Texas. And the Marsanne, Roussanne, Picpoul blend, also Viognier, those are all like Rhone varieties, and they're growing so well in Texas. And I'm so happy to see that these are the varieties that
go well with our climate and want to be here. The Marsanne grapes have fared very well. Not all the white grapes. Picpoul didn't do so hot over winter this year. I'm sure you guys knew we had a really tough freeze, but it was typically we're always susceptible to spring frost. And something that we had that's very, very uncommon is a Halloween frost. And so Halloween, it was the vines had already given up all their fruit. We'd picked them, they're harvested. The vines are nice and green, and they hadn't senesced yet, which means the leaves hadn't gone dormant. And what happened? I want to say it was like 70 or 80 degrees on Halloween day, and Halloween night it got down to, in some places, 18 and 20 degrees. So what that did is just really smoked some of the primordial buds, or that means like the buds that are behind for next year. So it damaged those buds, and some vines even died. So it's a tough place to grow grapes. We've in the High Plains, while it's so amazing for some varieties just including Mourvedre, which breaks my heart. This is the first time Mourvedre has really gotten hurt. But Marsanne seemed to fare incredibly well as Roussanne. So
this was the first early freeze in your career.
So
how often is it really?
So the last one I've ever heard about is actually the one that put Bill Blackman out of business in 1988, 89. And it came as a very similar occurrence. Bill said he was out farming. He hates to say now, but he used to farm with his t-shirt off, like drive the tractor, which he's got, skin cancer spots cut off. So he's like, this is the dumbest thing I ever did. But he's like, I was out farming without a shirt on. And then the next day he got outside and he was like, oh my gosh, it's cold. And like, it was like 20 degrees. And that's what really hurt his Chenin Blanc and his cap at the original Blackman Vineyards. So, yeah.
So hopefully it'll be another 30 years.
So suggested pairings, guys. This mouthfeel is incredible. So think about Gouda, Manchego, which is one of my favorite cheeses, Spanish sheep's and goat's milk, or sheep's and cow's milk. Mm-hmm.
Little shrimp, like grilled shrimp.
Oh yeah, garlic butter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Angel hair pasta, shrimp. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, we're gonna have a no. We do a no dump Saturday.
I don't know. I just chambonged. We'll see.
You're so hot right now. Are you so proud of yourself, Chambon? Like,
I don't know if I'm proud of myself, but I'm glad I finally
bad
did
for yourself?
it.
Look at these
I
things.
resisted when did we first get our first Chambon?
4
or 5
years ago, and you resisted. And we couldn't find the regular ones, and some genius, most of them are made out of like crystal. These are made out of plexiglass for all your 4-wheel drive needs. So
for all your food. That's if you have 5 of them, you don't have to get too worried.
That's right.
Somebody asked, or Brian, I know who was it, Brian White Eagle asked about, or he said he misses Dee's. Hi, Brian. Again, he misses Dee's Happy Hour. Can we talk about Dee's Happy Hour?
So first of all, you guys wore D out. Are you kidding me?
Every day.
We have to do this we get to do this once every week or once every 2 weeks, and it's a lot of prep. It's a lot of concentration and thinking about it. Like, you guys had D running every
and we have a lot
single
of
day
help creating what we do. And D was pretty much coming up with all his content on his own, getting his guests in. Anyway, so we took a break, but he's back. He's going to start, I believe, this Wednesday. It'll just be every Wednesday. He'll have a Hump Day Happy Hour. HHH.
That you just really said.
Well, because I always write my notes, I write HH for happy hour, but obviously no one else does that.
We got a question.
Shoot, what's our question?
What is a chambon?
I don't know why it's called a chambon, but it's like a champagne flute, but instead of the bottom, it comes out.
It's a test tube, so you can. Okay, so it is not for enjoy. I mean, I very much enjoyed the pet nat that we just had, but let's be honest.
A party tool.
Yeah, it is. It is a quick consumption tool. Yeah, a little sophomoric, I'll admit, but you know what? It's National Frickin' Rosé Day.
Gotta live it up.
It only happens once a year. Speaking
Chris
of
wore
which,
pink in honor.
I did. It's also 59 degrees in here, so sorry. I have little Croatian nipples.
Oh my
They're
gosh,
very small.
Christopher.
Yeah, my bad.
All right.
I can't help it.
Should we move on to the
Yeah.
next wine?
But is this?
Oh, wait, let's do the giveaway and eat some food.
Yeah.
So we get to enjoy the food. This is
Sorry,
what's
I just
currently so it's currently on the food and wine tasting lineup. The food is amazing, but the experience is that's the highlight. Getting to know all about why it pairs, what it pairs with, and why that is. Learning all about the science of it, really.
So that's an option. It's an elevated tasting opportunity that we have here in the private room of our high society tasting room. Chef Ty and Dee have really taken a deep dive, and they changed this. It's very seasonal. Chef Ty is working on using an assortment of some even hyper local items to pair well with these wines. And I'm telling you what, guys, like Katharine and I have had the absolute pleasure of going all over the world, getting to taste so many incredible food and wine pairings. And I will say right now, I'll put ours up with anybody on the planet Earth. What these guys have been able to do is truly incredible. And it's such a wonderful experience. And also the folks that put it on, at William Chris now, I'm very proud to say, I think we have 17 or 18 WSET certified tribe members of our team. And they are very well prepared in order to give you an incredibly highly elevated wine experience. So if you haven't done that, it takes about an hour and a half. It's very private. You can do it with 8 people. You can do it 4 people. I mean, we have small groups, different couples, and we're actually doing it safely or spaced out as well in our elevated tasting room as well. So why don't we give one of these?
Yeah.
Who wants to go on one of these? By the way,
most people aren't traveling far. I know we just flew to Kansas City, which is only for Chris's grandma, and I don't.
By the way,
go on vacation, but flying was kind of miserable. There's no drink service on the plane.
Speak for yours. Did you really think it was miserable?
Well, I like getting a drink on the plane.
But this is what my bride did. Okay, I'll have to tattle on her a little bit.
Oh, they
She
misled
calls
me.
me. So I have the girls, and I'm getting on the plane first, and she's getting us some snacks, and so she's like, "Hey."
He has a better boarding position than me, so he sent me on the snack errand.
Yeah, and she calls and she goes, "Hey, the girl up here says that I can bring beer on the plane." I was like, "I'm pretty sure that that's not true." And she goes, "No, it totally is." And I was
That's
like,
what she
"Awesome."
said.
I was like, "We'll get to."
She was like, "Here, I said, can I get 4?" I was like, 2 for each of us for the flight. She was like, "Yeah, but I have to open them here." I was like, "Well, just give me 2, 1 for each. I don't want to carry all these open containers." And she's like, "Well, you can always come right back when they call you to board and get another one." It's like, "Well, we're boarding now." So anyways, so I was very much led to believe I could carry them on the plane.
So she comes on the plane and she's like, "Chris," and she's kind of out of breath. I'm like, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "I just had to chug my beer at the gate. They won't let us on." I was like, "I told you." And she's like, "But she's holding your beer at the gate, and she'll let you drink it if you run off the plane." So I literally run off the plane. I gave her in Southwest. I don't know if you know Southwest. They give you little like attaboy, or they call them like kicktail. And I gave her a ticket. I was like, "Thank you."
Good job.
I was like, "Thank you for letting me chug this beer." Yeah, totally. Yeah, and then I'm the idiot outside the gate,
I was the idiot before you, so don't worry.
Yeah, 2 peas in a pod. I love you so much.
Okay, let's do this journalist giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you win,
You have to be here.
You got to be here live. You have to tell us in about a minute. Just type in there, "I'm here, it's me, I'm a winner," and you win a 1 night stay at the Highway House and
I'll hold this and you can.
a chef's food and wine pairing for 2 what?
Well, after.
Oh,
It says right here. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
so
You win the food pairing we were just talking about for 2.
you're going to win a food and wine pairing for 2.
Yep.
But we are going to give away something really cool at the end of the show tonight.
Okay, who is it going to be?
Oh, not that one. I'm just kidding.
It is Patricia Riding.
If Patricia Riding is on, you've
Let
got
us know you're
3
here.
or 4 minutes.
No, she only has 1 and we draw again.
1 minute?
That's what my directions say.
Wow, they're really tightening up the rules around here.
Oh,
So
no.
Patricia
Okay, well, we're waiting for Patricia, let's pour our next wine.
Yeah, let's jump into Montepulciano. And this, I will say right now, is the favorite of the tasting room.
Yes, I think I said that when we were in Mason. If you were able to hear me and see me.
This is 2017 Mandola Vineyards Montepulciano. Damien Mandola, a really great guy. He and his wife Trina have Mandola Vineyards right next to Dukeman Family Winery. That's the vineyard there, or their restaurant, Trattoria Lucina. We farmed this vineyard, I want to say, for 4 or 5 years. We pulled a lot of single vineyard wines out of there. I'm sad to say we no longer farm that vineyard. It was just kind of, it's 45 minutes on the other side. Most of our farms are high and farther westward. So we just had to make a call, which breaks my heart because Montepulciano, we did the Mandola field blend for many years. But I tell you what, Josh Fritche and I, we tasted this Montepulciano and it just was so beautiful. We fit some of it in the field blend, and then we kept most of it separate because it was so gorgeous and so incredible. And I'm so glad we did. We didn't make very much of this.
We had a lot of jokers on here with the wrong names saying, "I'm the winner. It's me."
Well, do we want to draw again?
I'll let our wonderful director over there, Kelsey, tell us when it's time.
Okay, she'll give us the nod.
Keep going about the vineyard.
Anyways, long story short, this wine ended up being just so knockout, and we did a single vineyard bottling, a single variety bottling. So,
Kelsey,
all right.
What do you think?
I think we should.
I think
All
we should
right.
go. All right, Patricia, you may have missed your chance.
Patricia, you're out.
Who is it, babe?
Wait, it's another Patricia.
No, it isn't. Really?
Patricia and Richard Lambert, are you watching right now?
Are you here? I think now that things are opening back up, people are probably watching us not live, but we got a lot of people watching, so hopefully you're in here.
So if not, we'll keep on going.
I love this wine.
I do
The
too.
nose,
So this
it
is
is so
This is
beautiful.
Parmesan Central. I'm actually going to taste it with this pork rillette.
Mhm. Yes, please.
We got to try that. Phenomenal.
It's really crunchy.
It is. That
Toast-
bread is so
it's
good too.
toasted.
A little bit of smoke on that Montepulciano. Montepulciano is a very interesting grape too because it has very uneven ripeness, which usually freaks a lot of winemakers out. Sorry, I'll finish eating. When I say uneven ripeness, like some clusters will be a little less ripe than others, will be more acidic, and then some clusters will be a little bit dried or raisiny, and that would scare a lot of winemakers off. And like some wine production, they have optical sorters, and they'll get every single berry uniform. They don't want to have anything out of spec, which is fine for some people.
Speaking of, you say optical sorter, people have no idea what that is.
Okay.
It's a really amazing machine. You can Google a video to look at what it does.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It basically blows air like that you can put in. It's about $50,000, by the way, and it will actually take berries that are under and overripe and blow them out, and make sure that doesn't get into your fermentation. And you know what? For some wines, that's fine. For a certain style, that's fine. At William Chris, that's not us. We love the little bit of underripe stuff, a little bit of the overripe stuff. We love the really ripe stuff, and I think that makes certain layers to the wine that I really appreciate, and I think that really embodies our style. And I think one of the biggest compliments we get is when folks come to us and say, "Man, I tasted one of your wines. I could pick it out of a lineup. I knew it was a William Chris wine because your style is so significant." And I think that we learned from a lot of really great folks and have been developing our style, but super squeaky clean wine, is not our style. I think that kind of living, breathing wine from the vineyard, is very much our style. And even though we have lots of great toys at the winery, if anybody has come into the facility, we make wine in a metal building, but you know what? We spare no expense on winemaking tools. Bill and I have definitely put it all back in the winery over the years, and I'm super glad we did.
Several years ago, Chris and I were wine tasting. I don't remember where, because he said this a few times, but we'd be tasting, and I was like, tastes good, but it's not, blowing my socks off. I don't love it. And I'm like, what's it missing? What's wrong? And Chris is like, oh no, it's completely flawless. But that he said it like that could potentially be a problem, like too squeaky clean, like
That's
too
boring.
by the book. Right.
And for in my opinion,
Yeah.
I want something that's got character. So.
We're doing this again, Kelsey?
All right.
All right, you getting more chances. I think people must be in and out.
Patricia Cobble.
How do we keep drawing Patricias?
This is the third Patricia.
That is weird.
OMG.
That is weird. Weird.
Patricia Cobble, if you're on,
That is
second-
so
we're going to do a
weird.
second place.
If you're both on, you both get it.
Patricia, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Nina Freeman, if you're on.
Oh my god.
So Patricia Cobble and Nina Freeman. You've now won a food
That
and wine
is
pairing.
crazy. We had 3 Patricias in a row. I think if your name is Patricia, today is your lucky day. That's funny.
Patricia. Patricia Colin is
The
like
wrong Patricia. Oh, this is rigged. My new name is Patricia. Y'all are so funny.
Oh my god. You're the best.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
So seriously, guys, I want to add that while our lawn is absolutely packed right now. We have an amazing band out. Just our reservations were almost all. I think they were all the way full today until 4:30 or 4:45.
Mhm.
No, they were 100% booked. Guys, we're ready for you whenever you are. Come out during the week. Come out on the weekend. We're still open 7 days a week. So if you haven't made your appointment, especially for some of those elevated tastings, we also have the Hye Estate tasting, which is pretty awesome as well. So, wow, I want to drink more of this Montepulciano.
Y'all, the comments are cracking me up. My friends call me Patricia. Gary, you're funny.
All right, let's draw another one. Somebody's going to win. Let's draw.
No. Snooze, you lose, people.
Okay.
Patricia, no, just kidding.
Sherry
Sher-
Smith and Babe Mirless. It says, how do you say that?
I don't know.
Sherry's-
Char, I think it's Char.
Shar
Okay.
Smith and Shar and Bebe.
If you win and you come, we will learn how to pronounce your names. We'll meet you.
Yeah.
Should we do another second like you did last time?
Yeah, do one more.
Ashley Lillis.
Ashley Little,
Are
so
you
you're
with
watching.
us? Are you with us?
Cool. All right, let's keep on moving, shall we?
Do you have any questions, Kelsey, other than funny names about my name is Patricia?
We had a question about the barrels.
Oh yeah, so that's really cool.
Here we are.
What's in there?
You are in our fermentation room or barrel room. So these are all right here. These are oak casks.
These names from the phone book.
Do what?
Brian says, are these names from the phone book?
Yeah. So these are. Thank you. No, they're not. These are large oak casks. So we actually ferment in these, and they're full right now. They're not props. Watch this.
Ooh.
You want to try this?
I don't know if anyone really thought they were props, but I like that you're proving it. What are you taking a sip of here? What's in there?
God dang, that's delicious. That's Moonlight Mourvedre,
What year?
2019. It's from the 19 harvest. So what's really cool is we
Loma.
actually ferment in these. These are French oak casks. And what's awesome is the during fermentation, the fruit or the fermentation, the wine actually extracts tannin from the wood and really helps integrate. It'll not only locks color, but gives the wine a nice velvety texture, which I find super fascinating. And we started with one, and now I think we have
I'm going for another one.
15. So
Sheila Young.
Sheila Young, are
Okay,
you
keep
on?
going. Keep going.
So these guys, and they're all full right now. So we age wine in them. So you can fit actually in this one. This is about 1,300 gallons. So you can fit like say almost 13, 14 barrels in this worth of wine. But it doesn't age the wine as fast, which is a good thing because again, it adds another layer into our wines, which I find super appealing.
Sheila's here?
We got a winner.
Yay, Sheila! You were
Sheila?
patient and you won.
Congratulations.
Food and wine pairing for
The
you.
6 times the charm.
Y'all, Jessica just said, I'd like to drink right out of the spout. Jessica, we have not had enough Chambon to do that for you. So sorry.
Are you trying to tell me something? Do you want a Chambon out of that
No,
right now?
Jessica wants to.
Okay.
But I don't.
Jessica, you come here. I'll let you Chambon out of there. No worries. No worries.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Man, I missed
Yay,
you guys,
Sheila.
by the way.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's.
What did you just pour me?
I-
What's next in
I
our lineup?
poured you a little Bolen Malbec.
Yum.
So this is from our dear friends, the
Talk
Bolens.
about a different wine than the last. I haven't tasted it yet, but the
This-
nose.
Absolutely.
Night and day.
So this is High Plains, but this is a level land, so out farther west,
Mhm.
right? It's actually right south of level land. There's the name of this is, I might have it on here. It's like 5 miles outside of level land. I might have the exact name on it. But Rowdy Bolen, and I've told this story before because we had another wine from Bolen Vineyards. I think it was the Merlot. But Rowdy is a super cool guy. He has like 3 different jobs. He farms a little bit. He farms grapes. They also have Bolen Vineyards, which is super cool. And they have a tasting room in Levelland now, which is pretty awesome. I highly recommend checking it out. But here's a story about Bolen. Oh, because this wine's delicious. I'm gonna drink it all the time.
So delicious.
So they have a really tight vineyard. When I say tight vineyard, like the fences were really close to the inrows, and they have this like kind of looking like dirt track looking thing. And Rowdy shows goats. And the thing about goats are, like he said, that some of the really rich people, they put these goats on a treadmill and they run them to get
We
them
talked about this last week,
to get them in
didn't we?
shape. And so Rowdy has a redneck treadmill, and that he built a little track for his goats, and then he lets his dog out, and he said he believes that the dog chasing the goat actually pumps in more adrenaline and helps him build muscle better. And his kids are like, they're all not only awesome golfers, but they're awesome goat showers, which
Okay.
is because that's a secret. I hope I didn't tell a secret. I don't know. Maybe if you're a goat, if you show goats, maybe you should try that. I don't know. But anyways, great couple, great folks. I highly recommend you checking out their tasting room. I haven't been there yet, but I promise I make it by. But High Plains Malbec, oh my gosh, like we are actually looking for more. We have 3 different vineyards in the High Plains that farm Malbec for us. Just so distinct. What this aromatically is so pleasing.
Richard
to
just
me.
said he's having burgers tonight. This
Oh,
would be perfect
all day long.
with your burgers.
All day
tonight. So
long.
save enough for pairing with dinner.
Malbec is traditionally not that tannic, which makes it very like supple. But I find that Malbec out of High Plains has just a little bit of more of tonicity than typical Malbec.
Yeah, but it's so fruity at the same time. That nose is just,
Absolutely, violets. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
which isn't a fruit, but
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm trying to think what fruit I get.
but there's nowhere
Delicious.
else on earth that Malbec tastes like this. I can say that, and I think that's something that's really incredible. And I've had folks from all over the world that have come tasted Malbec from the High Plains, and they're just like, "What is it? Is it the what?"
Instead of saying fruity, maybe I should say bright.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Maybe it's more bright than fruity.
absolutely. That brings up a good point, babe. Something that Catherine and I are always, and D really pushes us to do this, is like dig into our descriptors. We at William Chris, we're very big on not dictating to somebody what they're tasting. Right? We never want to tell you like you're tasting blueberries and plum and blah, because
We're very rarely. Whoa!
Oh.
My lights went out.
because we have.
Hello.
This
It's not
is
a sensor.
we have Bill he did make fun of me, but I was very serious about putting timed lights in here when we built this building because I thought it was wasteful to leave the lights on.
Yeah, we're
So-
very green,
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Talking about flavors.
Descriptors,
So
flavors.
D really drives us to get in and really look at like what we're tasting and describe what we're tasting, because I think it's really important. If you guys are at home right now, like dive into what you're tasting, and if you talk about it more, it's so fun to really pull out the flavors and the layers. And I tell you what, something else is cool especially with our wines, if you leave them in the glass for a little bit and say you come back to them, there's so many different layers that will come out later. And also, like, if you don't drink all these, that's fine. Like, come back to them the next day, and you'll get a whole new layer. You'll get another side of the wine, another story to the wine. And for me personally, I think that that's one of the most cool things, the most fascinating things about wine, that you can get these different layers.
I'll say if you're more of a beginner, you're just learning about wine, you're drinking these and we're talking about digging into like why you like them and describing them. If you really do start to think about why you like certain wines, then when you go to a wine bar, you go to a wine shop, you can talk to whoever's helping you there and be like, this is what I like in a wine. You don't have the wine I usually buy, but this is what I like about that wine. And then you'll get to know so many different wines that are similar to that and really just expand on the wines you drink. And you'll know a lot more.
Absolutely. And I would also point out that, just because you started at a place doesn't mean you're in there. And, wine drinkers, we're slutty. And, we get around. We try different things. We want to enjoy.
What a great descriptor, babe.
Sorry. You just got it from it. Yeah. So what did Popeye say? I am what I am. Sorry. So, but we want to try different things from different places, and don't feel like you've, besides William Chris, you should always drink William Chris, but anything else, we want to try different wines from different places, or we want to try different varieties. And don't be afraid to once you find something you like, enjoy that, dive into it a little bit more, but then keep on going. And don't be afraid to try something new and be surprised by it and go, man, that's really cool. I want to know more about that and that and that, because, overall, that's the cool thing about wine. That's what's really fun, to go discover these new and interesting varieties, new and interesting flavors. I tell you what, I think we drink way more white wine than we ever used to. I would say we're almost half and half. So
there's all these, and there's different rabbit holes you can go down. You can think, I'm really into Malbec right now. I'm going to try all these different Malbecs from different regions, or I'm really into this region right now. I'm going to try tons of different producers and grapes from this region. And you learn about the different aspects of wine, and it's the deeper you go, the deeper you can go. It's a lot.
But
you have a question, Kelsey?
Yes.
Sorry.
Which one of these wines would go well with lamb burgers?
Ooh.
This one. I think this one.
Yeah, lamb burgers for sure.
This
So
one. Yep,
you
the
were after
Malbec.
my own heart. We have a couple lambs getting slaughtered next week, and
One is a good thing. One is a really mean one.
oh yeah, our daughter has a ram.
The first we ever got, Mimo.
Yeah, we
He's
did not
really
name him, by the way.
Yeah. Well, she was 4 when we got him.
Yeah.
She named him. Only a 4-year-old to name anything Mimo. But anyway, Mimo's turned really mean. So he's
He'll
gonna
headbutt you.
turn into burgers.
Yeah, she finally said it the other day. I'm ready for Mimo to go bye-bye. So
But anyway, we love eating.
we're gonna
lamb.
make lamb burgers out of Mimo and lamb chops. Super delicious. And what's really cool too, we have a couple other lambs, courtesy of our dear friends in Sonora,
Yep.
Cam and Erica Campbell from High Cross Vineyards. They delivered us some lambs, so we've been feeding out lambs. We have a herd of about 7 now that
Yes.
we're going to take 2 or 3 in to get slaughtered. So look out for some lamb burgers.
More lamb
around.
burgers coming.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's funny is I just poured some wine and I was like, God, this has changed so much in the
Already.
glass. It's so smoky. And then I realized I just poured myself.
Oh, you went back.
I
I was like, oh, already? No,
Yeah,
no,
must
wrong
be-
line.
Must be the Chambon talking.
So are we still doing Malbec, or are we going to move on to Cab?
Yeah, let's go to Cab.
We
We'll
have
go
an
with Cab.
extra wine to do today. Usually we just do 4, but today we're doing 5, and then we did the Petnat, of course.
Yeah, we're getting around today,
Getting
babe.
around.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought you were running for a kiss, and then you didn't. It was a little delayed.
Sorry.
Delayed.
All right.
All right.
Marallan Cab. So the Marallan Cab, if you've ever been to a winery called West Cave Cellars,
Our new neighbors, they just came to Hye. The new
absolutely,
tasting room.
absolutely. And that place is owned by Margaret and Alan Fetty, super nice folks. And they were nice enough to sell us a little bit of fruit. They called and said, "Hey, we'd love for you to work with our fruit. We have a little bit extra." We've known each other for quite a long time. We goose hunt together. If speaking of which, Alan Fetty
He makes the best.
goose sausage.
Best.
The best. Like,
If you most people will probably never eat goose sausage. I know I hadn't until Chris went goose hunting and he made this sausage.
it is. Yeah, our kids love it. It's the most amazing. So we go goose hunting. We bring in hundreds of geese. And we've only got a couple of different goose recipes that I really like. But I think one of my favorites, besides just like butter, salt, and pepper, and garlic, is and just seared. That's one of my favorites. And medium rare goose is, oh my gosh, it's amazing. But Alan, we're sitting in the goose blind one day, and one of our guides is talking about how he had a guy that made his own chorizo, and he blended in chorizo with goose and ground it and made sausage. And Alan was like, well, he shoots pigs in his backyard and at the vineyard, and he's like, he makes his own chorizo, and then he's like, man, I'm gonna blend those together. And I was not holding out that much hope, but then I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh. And now all the guys pile in I'm talking hundreds of pounds of geese, and we all make, I say we all don't do anything.
Alan does it.
Alan does it all with his son-in-law. And,
how much does a goose weigh?
So
Like
we
how much
usually,
meat can you get off of a goose?
I would say like almost 2 pounds, 3 pounds.
Oh, so
Each breast is pretty big. But anyways, that goose sausage, and we make a lasagna out of it, which I think would go amazing with this wine.
We
by the
haven't
way,
made that in so long. That sounds so good.
we made it like a month ago.
Well, I miss it.
We made zucchini lasagna. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So this is a really cool vineyard, by the way, Marallan Vineyards. And so it's right on the other. It's in Round Mountain, but almost all the way to Bee Caves. Really cool. And this is kind of similar as Driftwood. So where the Montepulciano was farmed, it's kind of similar to that, but it's got a little bit more fossilized soil, which is really interesting. The cab in here was absolutely delicious. We didn't do very much of it. And this is not like an overly tannic cab at all. This is from 2017. It's had nice time to age. I wouldn't lay this down for another 5 years. This wine is drinking so beautifully right now.
It is. Maybe it could go another year or two, but
Oh no, this
so
could go. I
gorgeous.
think this could go 3 or 4 more years.
oh, okay.
But it's so gorgeous right now. I'm with you. Like the
Gorgeous.
balance is perfect. The tannins are nice and round. You get that kind of cola aspect that I love about that area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now this also, I will say, there's that like a little bit of cinnamon and cardamom here that I really, really love. There's so many like nuances to this wine, and these are, I would say, probably some of the older cab vines.
I gotta say,
in the Hill Country.
I was most looking forward to the Mandola Montepulciano, but this may be taking the cake here.
Yeah,
Well, though I am really looking forward to the barrel sample that's up next.
but this is,
I haven't tried that in a long time.
this is an advanced developed wine.
I haven't tried that ever. Yes. Anyway, continue.
Kelsey, we got any questions? I know we're zooming through this because I'm gonna sit here and make love to this.
I have a
cab,
question
so
if Kelsey doesn't have one
Yeah.
from our viewers.
shoot one. You go first.
Well, you were talking about, we both talked about West Cave moving to Hye,
Yeah,
but they still have their vineyard in the original
yeah, they're still
location.
farming it. Yes, yeah.
And
they're
are
still,
they going to continue that, or is it just a few more years? Or
I think they're for the foreseeable future.
can we get this again? Can we continue making this?
I've asked.
Okay.
I think you know what? I think Alan's
Pressure's
pissed at me for
on.
making this because his cab's pretty good, but I like this too. So I don't know. Hopefully he's watching this. And Alan and Margaret, if you're watching this, welcome to the neighborhood because they're now.
I need to come visit
What
y'all.
is that?
Chris went over there. I haven't been there yet.
What is a high-end?
We can define that, I think. I think no
Yeah,
one said
since
it
we're
before.
since
So,
we're the unofficial
Hyenians?
Hyenians.
Sounds like a hyena. I don't like that.
Yeah, no. Come on.
Okay,
So
no,
if you're out there,
um,
name for somebody who lives in Hye.
Resident of Hye.
Besides a badass, because I think that pretty much everybody in Hye.
High
you know.
society.
Cool. What's our question, Kelsey?
So how do we have a lot of Montepulciano left?
I don't know. Do we?
No. If you haven't got it, is there any on the website?
Not even
None?
on the website?
Not even on the website.
Hope you stocked up earlier.
Yeah, I'm
folks.
crying crocodile tears.
Yeah. Like
Anthony
we were
is-
saying last week, our tasting room ambassadors have already consumed it all.
Yeah, no,
This
I will
is the
definitely
favorite in the
say.
tasting room.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now for the grand finale.
What are you getting at? I feel like we got a lot more to go. We got the barrel.
We got the barrel, and then we got the.
We got another giveaway.
Oh, you know what? We need to. Do you want to do the next week's spec? No, we'll go to that next.
Okay. I'll let you call the shots.
Oh, thank you. I love it when you do that. You know how to make me. Oh, by the way, have you tried this? By the way.
I haven't tried today, but I sure did love it last weekend.
Oil.
Last weekend when for the first weekend in forever, we're not doing a tasting with you guys. We sat down and did a food and wine tasting. And this stole the show for us.
Oh, it's like a carrot soup. And then
and it has like lavender, I think. Was it lavender on top? These little blue leaves.
I believe that's no, I think those are rosemary flowers. No,
rosemary doesn't have flowers, does it?
Yeah, it does. Little purple flowers.
No, maybe it's rosemary flowers.
And before that, Chef Ty had these little jars that closed, and he had this little. It looks like a little pipe, but it's a thing that sucks. It smokes basically, and so you can put like little leaves in there. And it's a vacuum, and then you can blow the smoke, and he would blow the smoke while blending stuff, which is what he did with this soup.
That's so good.
But he also can take it and put it in a little jar. So on the last food and wine pairing, you actually opened up this little jar, and the smoke came out, and you smelled it, and then you, oh my God, it was absolutely incredible. I was over the moon for
Chef
it.
Ty always has something cool at this.
Yeah, and so interactive. I tell you what, I mean, it's so creative and so cool what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got a little weird.
Yep.
We got this little barrel sample for you guys. I hope that you all have it in your hand because it was delicious, or it is delicious. So some really cool folks. So this is Alta Loma Vineyards. This is right off the Lost Draw. Okay. So when I say the Lost Draw is one of the draws that runs through the High Plains, and so it goes almost all the way through Terry County. It goes obviously Lost Draw Vineyards is right off of it. There's the Alta Loma Vineyards is right off of it. There's probably 5 or 6 more vineyards that are either like really, really close or right off the Lost Draw. We only made a very small amount of this Alta Loma Syrah. This is 2018. It's getting ready to go in bottle.
Yeah, it's not done. It's not quite done yet.
We thought it was pretty tasty.
When are you going to bottle it?
Well, that's going in a bottle this month.
This month. So what you're tasting right now was put in your little sample bottle, a week and a half ago?
Yeah. So it's fresh wine.
So very fresh, and it will change. Like that's the beauty of doing a barrel tasting. If you've ever come here and done a barrel tasting, you've been fully informed on how a wine can change through the barreling, after bottling, all the things. And Chris has talked even tonight about how wines change in the bottle or after you poured it.
And this is one of the wines that I think that when Tony and I pull this card, we have an amazing management and leadership team here, and Anthony, our COO, kind of has all these ideas for different plans and different things, and then when we have stuff earmarked to blend, he sees it and he goes, okay, cool, we're going to make this many cases here. And obviously, like our team on the back end, they have to arrange programs and sell everything. Well, Tony and I tasted this and we're like, oh, we're going to keep this separate. And, Anthony, he does really great. He never gets too frustrated. He's just like, okay, all right, well, if you think it wants to stay by itself, and we're like, absolutely. And we blended a little bit of this away, but a lot of it stayed by single vineyard, single varietal wine. And this is farmed by 2 Ronnies, Ronnie Floyd and Ronnie Baran, and their wives, which are amazing ladies. They super great family, or 2 families. And they grow Sangiovese and Syrah, and now they grow Mourvedre for us, which is really, really cool. This is going to be available. First of all, have you had do you get the minerality in this? It is so delicious.
Yes. It definitely has that almost like a chalkiness.
Absolutely. And that, how the Malbec had that kind of deep violet, almost like that rosemary and sage.
Mhm.
And, all over, I get that sage that I get a lot of different places around, especially Lost Draw. That sage, there's sand sage that actually grows on the sides of the road, or desert sage, which is really interesting. And I definitely pick up a lot of that in this wine, which I think is so fascinating.
I don't know what this is supposed to pair with. You can tell me, but I just had a bite of this
Fun
brie.
times.
Well, I had a bite of this brie with it, and it's really spot on. You tell me if I'm right. You ate the rest of it? Thanks a lot.
Sorry, you want to do it?
Gross. You baby bird it.
Yeah, you want me to baby burn it? Oh, man.
Isn't that good?
Oh, man.
That was really pretty perfect.
Yeah, we should call the kitchen and get you more of that.
Mm-hmm.
That chalky. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Really delicious.
That came out very
Delicious.
nice. Mhm.
So we were talking about a moment ago about if other wines were still available. This isn't available yet because it's not bottled, but you can pre-order it. It's on our website.
Yep.
It comes in
For you first.
just you. It comes in packs. You can get 3-pack, 6-pack, or a 9-pack. And is that not right? No, 12. Sorry.
3-pack, 6-pack, or 12-pack.
12.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
And that brie.
So
Mm.
3-pack, 156, 300 a case, 600.
Yeah,
Get it while it's hot.
absolutely. And there's no discounts on this. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It is a very small tonnage vineyard, and we're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep quality way up. And I'm really, really loving this wine. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to bottle this.
Like I said a minute ago, I hadn't tried this before, and it was delicious. Oh, there's like 25 cases of
There's
it?
25 cases of this.
Good night. Okay,
Hmm.
well, act quickly.
Okay,
Jeez.
what we are going, before we announce the next winner,
Well, I think we should get going. All these Patricias aren't watching. We better start drawing.
yeah, Patricia, you're out. But before we do that, let's announce this next pack. We got to,
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be my job.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to Vanna.
Vanna.
You know.
tell us what we've won, Vanna.
All right.
So next week we've got Mourvèdre Carignan Rosé, which is lip smacking delicious. I am surprised we have any of this left because Anthony has drank all of it. And you know what? The Sangiovese Rosé is sold out. So you know what? This and our High Plains Rosé are about the only rosés that we have left, and they are selling out like crazy. So Mourvèdre Carignan Rosé will be in this pack. Absolutely delicious. Oh my God, I love that
It
one.
is National Rosé Day.
It is Rosé Day. Okay.
I have to say it like that every time.
Sorry.
Okay,
Next up,
Timmins
Estate Mourvèdre, one of my favorite Mourvèdres that we've ever done.
Me too.
Very fresh and aromatic and fruit forward style. This is one of the hottest wines that we've ever produced. Very food friendly. Absolutely love this wine.
That's next.
Next wine is Sangiovese La Pradera. So we have only got a small amount of this. It's still under contract. I want to get this block back. Really, really cool block at La Pradera Vineyards, kind of on the little bit of a hillside. I want this block back.
What do you mean by that? I want this block back. People don't understand what that means.
Oh, so this block of grapes is now contracted by another winery, and I want to make sure that as soon as that contract goes up, that we get it back.
Snag it.
Yeah, snag it. So we only made a very small amount of this. I don't think we've ever even released this. So this is the only time that this wine has ever seen the light of day. It's also in this pack.
At this point, and I always change during the tasting, but at this point, I'm most excited about that one because I don't know when I've ever tried it.
Yeah.
Maybe in a barrel tasting. I don't.
So Gillam Gap Malbec as well. So Gillam Gap is farmed by Dusty Gillam in Ropesville, everybody. If you're from the High Plains, you call it Ropes, but Ropesville, Texas. This guy is a rock star. He's been with us for many, many years. He and his wife, I think we've done 9 vintages together. Gillam Gap is 3.5 acres of Malbec. Fantastic guy, fantastic family. He's also the vineyard manager for Buena Suerte too. So I can't say enough good things about Dusty. I hope he's watching. He's probably bass fishing with his kids right now because they're going to be pro bass fishermen. It's crazy. Like that's all they do. His boys I've watched them grow up. They're amazing kids. They're in high school now. But,
Before you go on to the next ones, we messed up. Y'all, the code for this upcoming pack, which is we're going to taste through in 2 weeks, the code is Hye Life, HYE Life, all one word, for $20 off. We were supposed to say that first. I apologize. We missed it.
Sorry. If you're out there ordering like crazy, thank you. We appreciate it. There's also going to
type
be.
in Hye Life. If you're on, it's over there on the far right. Promo code, I think is what it says. That's where it should be located. It's sometimes hard to find. Please look for it.
We want to give you $20
off. Yeah. And then, so just like this week we tasted through 5, and you had a bonus bottle to enjoy at your leisure whenever you wanted to. This week, or this, excuse me, 2 weeks, we're going to taste through the 4 we just mentioned, and then you get 2 bonus enjoy whenever you want bottles, and they are
Skeleton Key Proprietors Red and Skeleton Key Proprietors White.
Nope. This is a red, but our notes say Cab. Which one is coming in the pack?
Sorry, did we grab the wrong bottle?
I don't know.
Very similar. Okay, so no, it's gonna be the Skeleton Key Cab. Kelsey, we're gonna whip you with a wet noodle. I cannot believe you screwed this up. No, it really is. So you're gonna get a bonus bottle of Skeleton Key Cabernet Sauvignon, and then you're gonna get a bonus bottle of Proprietors White, which also has a little dash of that Marsanne, Picpoul. It's mostly Roussanne. Super cool wine. So these are gonna be your bonus bottles that you can drink during the week, which is super fun.
In the next 2 weeks.
So you're gonna get this 6-pack right here. You can also if you
enjoy these, love them.
You can also find them at HEB, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
But I can't tell you guys enough. The deal you're getting on this pack is ridiculous. Our CFO has like quit freaking out, but he's just like, you know what, you and Anthony and Catherine.
He's quit freaking out, but he has not quit rolling his eyes.
Yeah. He's like, well, we're just going to sell everything and just give you a stupid good deal. And I'm like, well, is that what we are now at William Chris? You know? So anyways, we love doing these.
If you look at the prices of the individual bottles, and then you look that this is for $150 and then $20 off for the first 100 purchasers that use Hye Life.
If you get a 6 bottles. So yeah, I mean, I can't tell you enough and guys, seriously, this has kept our company afloat. You guys are a huge part of our story, and like, this is here to stay. We're going to continue doing for the foreseeable future these tastings. If you guys are enjoying it, we really appreciate it. The 64 families, we're 65 families. We got a new assistant chef this week. He's going to be taking over our garden program and helping Josh out too. So look for a lot of fun stuff coming out of there. But guys, 65 families, pretty exciting.
Okay, so
and also, if anybody wants to work at William Chris, we are hiring. So if you're interested, please come out. We're hiring for the tasting room, to say the least.
Okay, before we announce this next winner, I want to verify because I messed up on the first winner. Kelsey, what does this winner win?
They win. You were right.
Oh, I
They
was
win a
right.
night stay at the Highway House.
Okay.
And a chef's food and wine.
One night stay at the Highway House next door to us, and a chef's food and wine
For
pairing
two.
for 2 people.
Oh my gosh.
Tell us in 60 seconds-ish if you're here.
William Rhodes, and I hope William Rhodes is watching, or his wife.
Old college friend.
Yeah.
No, is that his
Actually,
father?
I think it's his father,
Maybe
because
his
Billy
father.
goes by Billy,
Right.
and I think his dad goes by William.
But I don't know what they would have put on the
William,
website.
I hope you're watching. He took good care of me when I was a young pledge in our fraternity back in the day. So, William, if you're watching, holler at us soon. Hey, before we sign off.
we got lots to talk about.
Yeah.
And I
for sure.
want to, you know what I want to revisit? Can I have some more wine?
Yes.
I think I want to go back to the Montepulciano.
Okay, I'm on it. Yes, ma'am.
Just a little bit, because I don't want to drink too much of it, because I want to go back to the Cab after that. Those were my favorite. That's good.
What do we got, babe? You said you wanted to mention some more stuff.
Well, we mentioned in the beginning, but we are open again. We were members only for a little bit, but we are general public again now, just this week. Brand new change. Like Chris was saying earlier, it's so awesome to see people back here. But we've got regular tastings. We've got the food and wine pairing.
Both of our tasting rooms are open. Also, guys, too, we're starting to book for corporate events too. Lots of folks, lots of teams want to get out. They want a great place to go. So Chef Hye is doing quite a bit of stuff during the week for different corporate event or executive teams. We're doing meetings, all that good stuff. So if you're interested or need,
If you and your colleagues haven't seen each other a while and you need a day away to really debrief, get back to business, we can make that happen for you.
Absolutely. So, and we have, back rooms, conference rooms, all that good stuff. We never anticipated doing that at the beginning, but it kind of worked out really, really well. And if you're interested, email Michelle at William Chris Wines. That's Michelle.
I don't know if William's watching. Should we draw again?
Draw again. Also, guys, too, if you don't follow us on Instagram, I am IGHYETX. You can also friend us on Facebook. Happy to do that. Katharine is Wine Grower's Wife.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and announce 2. And if you both win, you both win. We have Brian Moore, and then we have Gail Baran.
That's not fair because
No?
Gail Baran is.
Why is that fair?
It is totally fair. If she
Okay.
wins it, she could totally come. But Gail Baran is the person. Gail and Ronnie Baran, farm Alta Loma Vineyards.
Well, they should definitely win.
They should definitely get it. I hope they're watching right now. And you know what? We'll do 2 of them if both of them
Well,
are
I
watching.
already said that. If they both win, they both win.
Yeah.
Should we draw another one, though?
You know what?
No.
Why not?
Kelsey's shaking her head. No.
And if we have to give away
She's like,
another
don't
one,
get in over your head there, y'all.
let's do it. Guys,
Chris says yes.
you draw another one, and while you're doing that,
Okay.
guys, this tasting we're going to be back on June 27th at 4:00.
Ray Wagner.
Ray Wagner. So June 27th at 4:00, coming up. So, and if
Y'all, next week is Father's Day.
that's true.
What do you want for Father's Day, babe?
Another kid. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said
That's
that.
a
Too much
shocker.
wine. Yeah.
We have a winner?
Ronnie.
Yay!
So guys, we're going to do these giveaways and we'll probably do it a little differently. We're going to see next time we'll see who's on and then pull those folks. So I know a lot of folks have busy schedules and you can watch these during the week. But guys, I cannot thank you enough. You have saved our company. You've really kept us going. You've given us so much strength and man, we really appreciate it. I cannot thank you guys enough. And on behalf of 65 families, we really appreciate it. We thank you so much. We can't wait to see you on June 27th. We'll be live with you. Make sure you go online right now. And also that code is only good for the first 100 people.
The code is HYELIFE, HYELIFE.
Yep. So you get 6 really killer bottles of wine. Also look at
if you use the code, $130.
the Alta Loma Syrah. There's only 25 cases. You guys, there's 150 people that were on today that you guys get this first crack at it. So
We'll miss you next weekend. Enjoy Father's Day, all you fathers out there.
Shambong.
Does that mean you want to do another shambong after this is over?
Hey, you know what I want for Father's Day?
What?
I want a food and wine pairing with you.
We did that last week.
Naked. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Gosh.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Hopefully you've signed off already.
Guys, and before it gets too real in the barrel room, love you, appreciate you, thank you so much. Obviously, Catherine and I have some things to attend to, so we'll catch you in 2 weeks. Cheers. Should we cheers?
Cheers, yes.